This is the Isle of Barra in Scotland.
Actually, it's not a good idea to take a walk on this beach because this is the only airport in the world with a beach as a runway.
This airport isn't the busiest, but it certainly is unique. Here, the landing strip isn't on the beach, it is the beach. It's about an hour's flight to the Outer Hebrides Island chain from Glasgow. Barra is a large island at the southern end. And that's where I'm heading now. Just getting there is an adventure.
In my opinion, landing on the sandy beach feels a little bit like an emergency landing, don't you think?
Yeah, certainly. When you look at the pictures of it landing in the water, have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So that's going to be quite interesting.
There's no sign of the landing strip to be seen anywhere. You can feel every gust of wind in this little propeller plane. But the landing turns out to be a lot gentler than expected. Planes can only land on Barra at ebb tide. Like sailboats, the planes here have to go by the tides.
I never made it to the beach this soon after landing.
Only small planes can handle the extreme conditions here. The Twin Otter DHC-6400 carries 19 passengers. Its sturdy landing gear makes it ideal for the regular flights to and from Barra, pilot Neil Taylor explains.
And does it fly different than any other planes, or is it
flies slow? No, it's just short takeoff and landing. So it's good for the beach and short fields and rough ground. And that's what it was designed for, so it's the only one that can operate here. So it's not ideal for long distances, but you need it for the rough beach. The first few times I made the approach was like, this is weird, you know, there's no lights and concrete and big airport buildings, there's just a beach. It's still quite unique, yeah. You come from Glasgow, which is quite a busy airport, noisy, and then when you open, the engines close here, the engines go off and you open the door, it's quite silent and fresh air. You know, you notice the difference between the city.
I noticed the difference too. We go straight from the beach into the terminal, where things look a bit different as well. Then I go straight to the baggage reclaim. I'm one of about 8,000 annual passengers for the 1,400-some takeoffs and landings per year.
Well, that went well. But this is such an extraordinary airport that I don't want to leave.
It's not far to the heart of the airport, the control tower. This is the domain of Michael Galbraith. He's run Barra's airport for 21 years now. It's been operating since 1936. The beach is the island's only section of level ground. 3 landing strips are licensed and marked on the beach. The tower handles 2 to 3 planes per day.
So this basically is a management tool for us to manage the aircraft that are coming inbound to Barra and outbound. With outbound, it's a different colour. He starts at the bottom, he's on the ground, he goes up, and then he's on the runway. Then he's cleared to take off, and then he's airborne in the sky, and that's him up in the sky, and then we pass him on to the control centre in Prestwick.
Weather conditions on Barra can be extremely changeable. It's not unusual for the
If the
planes
rain
from
stops.
Glasgow to have to turn back because they can't land.
The biggest issue at another airport is snow, contaminant on the runway. But we have water and tide, and it's movable. It's moving all the time. So it's either getting bigger or it's getting smaller, and the window of opportunity to get in is getting tighter.
When the tide comes in, the landing strips disappear. This happens once about every 12 hours. When the landing strips reappear, the fire department inspects them. I tagged along with Bruce Nairn on one such inspection.
One of the most important things of the airport, right?
Yes, of course, aye. This is the 3-3 marker post, so it lines up the 3-3 runway with that marker post that you can see in the distance there. Yeah. So the pilots use it to visualise the runway and land, because we don't have markings or lights.
Before almost every landing, one of the firemen drives out.
And then we're just looking for like birds, like those little ones over there. Those are dunlings. Any uneven patches, any foreign object debris, so anything that's washed up overnight. It could damage the aircraft in any way. I'm originally from the mainland, so for me it's different. But the locals, they don't realise the scenery they're in. But when you're here, you see the sun rising over there. It's that picturesque. It's amazing.
Barra is some 60 square kilometers in size. It gave me the impression of a hidden paradise. The population is just under 1,200. Most of them live from cattle and sheep farming. Even at Barra's airport, the beach is open to everyone. Only when the windsocks are raised does it mean the landing strip is soon to be in use. Many visitors come to the beach just to watch the planes.
It's iconic. It is a tourist attraction. It is unique. So, we are privileged, and we know a lot of people come to the island that want to see this specifically. We know a lot of passengers that come in are wanting to do this to tick the box to say they've done it. We get a lot of pilots coming in wanting to do the same thing. So it's known in the aviation world that Barra, definitely I want to see it and land there and do that and then move on.
The airport manager isn't going anywhere. He stays for every takeoff and landing.
I'm like the tourists too. I love seeing it taking off and landing. The splash, you see the splash in the wet runway, and say when he's going airborne, the splashes, and then he's airborne, and that's good.
Michael Galbraith often welcomes the passengers in person right on the landing strip.
The majority of your job actually is in PR. People come off the plane, a lot of tourists as soon as they come off the plane take photographs, and then they ask you questions, and they're all excited and all thrilled, and they want to know a wee bit of the history and that. So you tell them all this just to make them happy.
Now, sadly, it's time for me to head back. On Barra, check-in is always through the fast lane and boarding's always priority. And where else can you hit the beach one last time just before takeoff?
That really was a unique experience, not only because of the beach landing, but everyone was so nice over here. It all felt like a big family, so that I really got a good impression of the whole island.
I had never seen such a small and charming airport before. It was definitely worth the trip. And what was the most impressive airport you've ever been to?